Alright, shooting the video again because I forgot to turn my mic on. Keep doing that. Today I want to talk to you about this rat trap, Koro, however you pronounce it. I picked this up for a little rodent problem I have while I was waiting for it to ship. I resolved the problem for now, but when it gets colder they're going to be back. And this is what I'm going to use to take care of that little problem. About 25 bucks. They come in two versions. This is the older version. I did research. I just decided the older version would be best for my application. Now, these will catch squirrels, so they can be used for other applications other than rats. You can adjust the sensitivity. I believe this one I got to where, I think if a mouse gets too rambunctious on the trap, it'll spring it, which is going to explode the mouse. Now, I put mine in a box. I don't want this trap, even though it's indoors, I don't want it just laying out in the open. I don't have pets, so that's not a problem. I just don't want anybody kicking it and getting caught. It's a powerful trap. It will break finger bones and toe bones. Now, with me, there's a video out there where a guy's got a full box. It's about 2.5 times as long. He's got his outdoors, and if I had mine outdoors, it'd be the same way. This is going to be indoors under controlled conditions, and this allows me to put it in like this, so they'll have to come in this way. They can drop down. It'll kill them just as dead. The bait will be in the back of the box, not on the trap. And if I wanted to, I could and still keep the bait in the back or put it onto the trigger pad. If you're going to do it outside, this secures the trap so something don't walk away with it. I picked up this trap because the rats I'm dealing with, they got to where they were avoiding my other traps, and I had a couple times the trap was set and they got out of it. I'd find a trap dragged off somewhere and they'd be gone. It's heavy, I can secure it, but this triggers them and they get caught, they're dead. There's no wounding them. They're dead, just flat out. So that's not going to be a problem with this trap, and I'll show you here in a little bit. The biggest problem I had was setting this bad boy. It is not, that spring is powerful and it is scary. For you people using these new, and when you try to set that spring, you're going to find out. And if this thing pops off while you got a hold of it, even if it doesn't catch you, you are going to scream. And if you have friends with you, they're going to laugh at you. Pucker factor is high on this thing. But I come up with a way to set it to where you can avoid all of that. There's nothing more embarrassing than screaming like a little girl when this thing pops off and you've got friends with you. So I'm going to show you how to set that. You're going to need needle nose pliers, adjustable jaws, and you'll just have to figure out how to adjust them for your trap and your brand of pliers. Now, the hardest part, hang on a minute. All right, sorry about that interruption. Had to answer the door. All right, where was I? Oh, so I'm going to show you how to set this up. Let me get my camera readjusted. I had to move my camera to answer the door. So there, this should do it. Let me show you how I set this trap and where I can do it safely. Now, the first thing, make sure this is set to the back. This is set to the back. You don't want it in the front because it gets bound up, and then you got your hands full of open trap. All right, the biggest issue is getting this rascal started. All right. Now I've got that sitting on my finger, and although it doesn't hurt, you can feel the pressure. You got to line that up. Kind of get this stuff lined up. Okay. Now, as you can see, the safety bar is engaged. Everything should be okay. I still don't trust it. Take this. Now, you can see a slight bend in this. I had to straighten mine out a little bit. This had a little bit more of a bend, and it would not set. It kept setting itself off, and me screaming, it got to be annoying, so I readjusted it, which you can do. Take this, and all this does, it allows me to compress this spring without kicking this out of place, because I did that a few times. Because with your gloved hand in here or your fingers in here, sometimes it'll pop it up and then you're not in safe mode anymore. Now, I use these to set that up. And you can see the hole there it's in. And then you let pressure off. Yeah, I didn't like the way that looked. I'm going to set that bar. Okay, that's what the safety's for. You can reset. Put it on the other side. It was kind of throwing it off at a weird angle. Squeeze it. Yeah, that's better. Now that's set. And I take these and move it down here. All right, and yes, I am real careful with this trap, and you'll see why in a minute. And a lot of you guys are screaming, and gals, if you're that afraid of the trap, why do you use it? Well, it's an effective trap. I just don't want to lose any body parts or break any body parts. Okay. Oh. This lead keeps getting caught on the edge of my table. All right. There. The trap is set. Little rat comes in here. And as you can see, it's explosive. Busted the tip off of that and knocked all this bark off. This is a powerful trap. If you are not paying attention to what you're doing and get caught in this thing, you are going to regret it. But it's a nice trap. You're not going to have this thing get fired off and you go out there and have to track down your trap because some animal dragged it off and got out of it. They get caught in here, they're going to stay where it hit them because it's going to kill them right away. Can be used for squirrel, which is, you know, you may never do that, but you may be in a situation where you have to. Nice trap, about 25 bucks. It comes in a modern version. This is the older version. I did my research and decided on the older type. The new type has a different trigger mechanism. It doesn't flop up this way in a box. This will hit the top of the box and come back down. Some people saying if the animal comes in through the front, it'll knock them out of the way. I don't know if that's true, but I'm not using it as a front trap anyway. I'm using it as a side trap. Effective, everything I could find out about them, yeah, they are. Humane, definitely. It kills the animal instantly. Snaps their neck, crushes their head, whatever gets caught in it is gone. I will use this in the winter time coming up. I'm going to have the problem again. I'm going to set this trap out and see how it does. I may end up buying another one. Like I said, 24 bucks. They make a tube one that's about 65, a little bit bigger. But I'm going to see how the rats react to this. I set out old traps and they got to where they wouldn't even get near them. I set up trail cams and they'd walk around them, look at them, and just ignore the bait and the trap. So I'm going to try this. This should work. It's a new trap, and everything I've read said if you can, and I can take this and shove this further in, putting traps in a box, any kind of trap, makes them more effective. The rats they don't seem to see the trap as well, and the box gives them a little bit of security, and then they're dead. But anyway, that's how I set this trap, because I'm a big baby and I don't want to break my fingers and have to go to the hospital. And yes, you do have to be careful with this trap, but once you get it set to the way you want the sensitivity, choose to use tools or do it by hand, either way. This should be a real effective trap. I'm saying it should be because I've never set this out. I was too nervous to set this damn thing until I got this. Now I can set it anytime I want and stick it out there. And when I start doing that in the winter time, I'll do another video on how it works. But this is not that expensive when you look at other traps. Lasts forever, robust, and it will definitely get the job done. Like I said, I got tired of traps being set or sprung with no rat in it. They'll carry them off and work their way out. Now, one of the things besides having this huge spring, a normal mouse trap has to do the 180-degree slap. This is only 45, less than 45 degrees. So they're extremely fast. And there's no way, once this is triggered, I don't see how a rat's going to be able to move fast enough to keep from being hit. I mean, if they trigger this by standing on it, they're hit. There's no way they can avoid being hit. So I'm confident that and being able to put bait on the trap or in a box beside the trap, I'm pretty confident this is going to do the job. But I'll let you know. Again, my biggest thing was, and I'm going to admit it, I was worried about catching my hand in here because it's so powerful. Using the tools, I don't have to worry about that, but you've seen how fast it is and heard it and seen what it does to the stick. So my advice is find a way to do it safely, or be ready for some painful times. But anyway, I'll give you an update on this. If you got a rat problem and you're having trouble getting rid of them, I think this is a pretty viable option. And I'm saying look into it. You're going to have to get on a website. There's different places that sell them. And I'm going to go ahead and warn you. The place I got it from, after I bought it, I got a message. They needed more information, and it was actually a scam, and I wasn't paying attention. Had to get some new credit cards. So be careful. The places that I bought it was good. It's just I think they got hacked. I don't know. But be careful with that. I didn't see them on eBay, which I'm not big on eBay anyway, and they weren't on Amazon. So right now at least you're gonna have to get them off another website. But they're for $25, they're worth the money. I think they are. But anyway, if you got a rat problem again and you're having troubles, you might want to consider one of these. They make a couple different traps that might suit you better, but so far I'm liking it, and I'll just have to see how it works when it gets colder outside, and hopefully it'll be good news. But thanks for watching.